That was on the competition. So we understood why the competition is important, how to analyze, how to assess your competitors, who are your competitors, and how to understand the strength and weaknesses against your competitors, right? Now we are going to understand how we do the pricing. So how you do the pricing normally? Is it the cost a base for pricing? Do you think you are doing the pricing based on your cost? For products, it's okay. For service, you're not doing the pricing based on your cost, right? Because to serve the guest, you don't really have to pay anything extra. So you cannot use the costing as a basis. So how you do the pricing? So you do the pricing based on demand and supply. What is the demand in the hotel and what is the demand for this particular product and how much is the supply? If there are 10,000 rooms in the hotel in the city, then there is a oversupply. So if the supply is over the demand, then it's very hard to charge a higher price. But if the demand is higher than the supply, then you can command a higher price. Then it depends on the second factor, which is on the competition. How much competition is charging, and what kind of features they are doing compared to you. So you need to compare the comparability. The competition here refers to our previous slide where it has to be similar. So if competition is charging $100, so and your product is definitely a little bit slightly different. So you need to do a plus minus. Okay, the competition price is $100. I have this favorable factor. How much extra I can charge for this? For example, let's say these two compare between these two hotels. Their room probably the Sedona rooms are let's say bigger compared to Melia. So if $100 they are charging, how much you can charge for that extra space? But it depends on the guest ability to pay. Is the guest willing to pay for that extra space or not? If the value perception for this extra space is nothing for guests, so you cannot charge anything extra, right? So you need to think from the guest point of view, not from the hotel point of view. Hotel, of course, want to charge extra because my room is bigger. They are serving 40 square meter. I'm giving 43, so I'm 3 square meter higher, 10%. I will charge $110. But is it the guest have any impact from this 3 square meter? If the guest doesn't see any difference, then he will not pay anything extra, right? So you will lose. So you don't need to charge anything extra. But let's say they are providing laundry included in the room. Melia is not, so you can charge extra. The other services, what kind of other services? Better services means Sedona is providing compared to Melia, so they can charge extra price. But depend on the guest perception, not from the hotel perception. And then you need to see what are the weaknesses. Also, to be fair, Saila, what are the weaknesses? How much the guest will think it should be minus from the pricing. So you will come up to an optimal price. Okay, if the competition is charging 100 based on their product, how much I should be charging? So that is your baseline pricing. Then you need to follow the third factor, which is on your sensitivity. So how much price I should reduce to generate higher demand? If you can reduce the price by 10%, can you get higher demand by another 10%? But if you reduce, so that is called price sensitivity, price elasticity. It depends for each segment separately. So you need to identify price sensitivity for each segment, not for the general public. So you cannot do that in any way. And also it depends on the seasonal factors, it depends on the political factors, it depends on the loyalty, it depends on the value perception. So it depends on many factors. So the price sensitivity, the competition and the demand and supply defines the pricing strategy of the hotel. So then finally you will come up at your optimal pricing. So that is your pricing decision. That's why the hotels normally have different price levels based on the demand, based on the competition, based on the time, based on the events. So there are different pricing strategies for selling the hotel. Okay, clear? Huh?